As expected, Robert Woods is heading to free agency. The veteran wideout is among the Steelers' Tuesday roster cuts, NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reports. Last week, it became clear Woods was a candidate to be released. The 33-year-old has found himself buried on the WR depth chart in spite of persistent questions about Pittsburgh's secondary options at the position. Per Rappaport, a return on the practice squad could be possible in this case. In any event, Woods intends to continue his career in 2025. A veteran of 12 NFL seasons, he is far removed from his peak Rams seasons. The former second-rounder has seen his production drop for each of the past 6 campaigns, and he made just 20 scoreless catches last year with the Texans. His Pittsburgh pact came about as part of Woods' efforts to earn a depth spot on his latest team. That $2 million contract contained $745,000 guaranteed, so the Steelers will absorb that figure as a dead money charge. The team will create $1.26 million in cap savings, however. It will be interesting to see if that slight uptick in available funds will be put toward an addition at the receiver spot ahead of Week 1. Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson have been preparing for increased roles as complements to DK Metcalf this summer, but Pittsburgh has shown sustained interest in free agent Gabriel Davis. The Pittsburgh Steelers waived cornerback Beanie Bishop Jr. as part of their cuts ahead of the NFL's roster deadline Tuesday. But he wasn't away from the organization very long. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reported Wednesday that Bishop cleared waivers and the team signed the cornerback to their practice squad. The #Steelers are re-signing DB Beanie Bishop Jr. to the practice squad after he cleared waivers, per source. As an undrafted rookie in 2024, Bishop started 6 games, while appearing in all 17 regular season contests. While playing mostly in the nickel, Bishop had 7 pass defenses for interceptions and 2 tackles for loss. Most notably, the 25-year-old had 2 interceptions in a primetime affair versus Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers made a few surprising roster cuts at cornerback Tuesday. In addition to Bishop, the team parted ways with veterans Chuck Clark and James Pierre. Steelers Depot's Joe Clark called Clark the biggest roster cut surprise for the Steelers. CBS Sports' Jared Dubin and Zachary Pearls included Bishop on their NFL-wide list of surprising roster cuts. But Bishop will return to Pittsburgh on the practice squad. Several of Pittsburgh's cuts will reportedly come back along with a second-year cornerback. Steelers adding Beanie Bishop Jr. to practice squad. Bringing back Bishop will likely be a popular move in Pittsburgh. The cornerback quickly became a fan favorite when he performed well during training camp as a rookie from West Virginia. During the first 3 weeks of 2024, Bishop played significant snaps for the Steelers' defense. At the time, veteran slot cornerback Cameron Sutton was serving an 8-game suspension. Bishop started his first game in Week 4. He was also in the starting lineup from Week 7 to 10 and Week 16. However, Bishop's playing time significantly decreased during the second half of the season. Part of that was the return of Sutton, but the team appeared to be putting the rookie in fewer situations as well. Bishop played 71.2% of the team's defensive snaps in the first 8 games of 2024. During that stretch, he averaged 44.3 snaps on defense per game. In the final 9 contests, Bishop played 32.6% of the team's defensive snaps and averaged 21.6 snaps per game. Steelers finalizing practice squad. Bishop will hardly be the only player the Steelers cut ahead of Tuesday's deadline that will rejoin the organization on the practice squad. Actually, Pittsburgh's entire first practice squad for the 2025 is the team's own cuts. The Steelers announced Wednesday that Pierre was one of the other players the team cut, but to sign to the practice squad. Joining Bishop and Pierre on the squad were 3 other defensive backs, Sebastian Castro, John Jameson, and Darrell Porter. Also on defense, the Steelers inked Kyler Baugh, DeMarvin Leal, and Julius Welshoff to the practice squad. 8 offensive players joined them on the squad. The offensive position group with the most spots on the squad was wide receiver. The Steelers signed Robert Woods, Max Hurlman, and Kushawn Williams. Woods has 12 years of experience in the league and was expected to add a veteran presence to the Steelers' receiver room this fall. Offensive linemen Dylan Cook and Stephen Jones, running backs Lou Nichols and Trey Sermon, and tight end J.J. Galbraith were the other practice squad signings for Pittsburgh on Wednesday. NFL teams are allowed a maximum of 16 players on their practice squads unless one of those players is in the league's international program. Welshoff, an edge rusher, is part of that program. Therefore, while the Steelers have already signed 16 players, they are permitted to make one more addition to their practice squad. As the Pittsburgh Steelers continue to look for an upgrade at wide receiver, some of the likeliest options based on past connections to the franchise or to quarterback Aaron Rodgers are starting to head elsewhere. A few hours after veteran Marquez Valdes-Scantling reportedly chose the San Francisco 49ers over the Steelers, former New York Jets third-round pick Malachi Corley is signing with the Cleveland Browns, according to NFL Network insider Mike Garafolo. Former #Jets third-round pick Malachi Corley is signing with the #Browns practice squad. Corley was waived Tuesday ahead of final roster cuts. Due to his connection to Rodgers as well as the interest the Steelers showed in him leading up to the 2024 NFL Draft, he was a logical to connect for the black and gold. But now he is in the AFC North with the Browns, who recently cut former Steelers wide receiver Deontay Johnson. Corley was a third-round pick of the Jets out of Western Kentucky. He struggled in his rookie season, catching just 3 passes for 16 yards in 9 games while adding 2 rushes for 26 yards. Though Rodgers talked up Corley quite a bit after the selection, the two never really got on the same page. In his rookie season, Corley was most known for the mental gaffe he had against the Houston Texans, dropping the ball before the end zone, turning what should have been a touchdown into a fumble and a turnover. Jets are waiving Malachi Corley, one of my favorites to watch film of before the 2024 NFL Draft. His brief time in New York is best remembered for him choosing to drop the ball before crossing the goal line on what would have been a TD. I'd grab him. Despite his rookie struggles, Corley is just 23 years old and was one of the more popular receivers in last year's rookie class. Though he went unclaimed, he reportedly had a number of opportunities on the open market. He ultimately chose the Browns, starting out on the practice squad in Cleveland. The connection to the Steelers was easy to make, considering Pittsburgh hosted him for a pre-draft visit and had wide receivers coach Zach Azzanni at his pro day putting him through position drills. Steelers WR coach Zach Azzanni at the Western Kentucky Pro Day on Monday to see WR Malachi Corley for a smaller, physical receiver. He profiled as a good fit in offensive coordinator Arthur Smith's scheme, but now he could have a real opportunity to make an impact in Cleveland with quarterback Joe Flacco should he be elevated.